pretty much every year?
It's my son who got me into it because I was never really confident about myself. And he said he liked it, and he says, Mama, do something. Don't just leave him sit like that.
Right.
So I followed his advice and got him out there. I guess you could tell I'm shy because I'm nervous, but I'm trying to overcome that.
No problem. We all get nervous at first when we go in front of people.
What else have you written?
What else I've written? I've written an erotica. It's called Forbidden Passions. It's an 18 plus. Also, The Life of a Cashier, the good, the bad, the stupid. The Life of a Cashier is sort of like what cashiers and CSMs and most people in that particular work environment, what they really deal with. But I have a lot of sarcasm in it, puns, trying to make it a funny thing, but at the same time being straightforward. I took that particular situation with the cashier's job because a lot of people don't write about stuff like that. So I got 200 and something pages of nothing but stupid questions and different things that people do in a store.
Did you interview people for that, or did you actually, or were you actually a cashier at some point in
I've been cashiering for like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm a cashier at Walmart right now.
Oh, okay.
But it's not about Walmart. It's about any kind of store, from little mom and pop store all the way up to a store like Walmart. You know, I didn't use names. I don't want them coming back on me.
Where'd you work? How much money you got now? That's cold. So what I just asked, you just answered the question for me. What was the other book besides the erotica that you wrote, you said?
The Life of a Cashier
Yeah,
and
but
erotica.
Was there another one?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Oh,
other
my
one?
bio?
Your bio. Okay. And then that bio, when you wrote it after 212?
That one there was
2012?
2012.
As well too? Oh, so it all came out about the same time then.
Yeah. I had done my bio, and it's just been sitting in my computer.
Where can these books be purchased at?
Lulu.com, through me. I have some of these, so if you wanted to, and you can go like to that site, and
I don't want to sound ignorant, but what's the other one?
It's a website, like a publishing site where you can self-publish.
Amazon.
And you can also find my books,
Yeah.
like I said, at the gift shops at the Hospital in Thibodeau or Houma, at the Cajun store in the mall. Different libraries have them. And if you want my phone number, I can put it on there if you want. Because I have some that I have with me. I keep with me everywhere I go. In case.
Any other questions or anything?
Your son answered them all for me.
Huh?
Your son answered them all for me.
Oh,
You were talking the other way, I was asking this question. Him question. Not to be rude.
Be sure to help you out, sell some coffee and some treats there.
Oh, you're going to be, you work that water well.
well, this is what I can do. Okay. In many businesses and stores, the cashier is considered a stepping stone position. Well, that would explain why everyone steps all over them. As a cashier working with the public, we experience so many different things. Many people can be so rude and so stupid, but I was always told that ignorance is bliss. And all I can say is, boy, are they ever so happy. That's what I'm saying. It's trying to be comedy. Sometimes I wonder if they're taking it as a challenge. Many customers often whine and complain at how cashiers are not that friendly or polite. But with rude, obnoxious, and stupid people, it's a challenge to be. The hardest part of our job is dealing with people on a daily basis. The difference between small and larger stores, and small stores know you personally. But in a larger store, you're just a number. And you as a cashier must be cheerful and energetic with the customers. And if you don't have this in your nature, it wouldn't advise you to become a cashier. A cashier works full or part-time at a minimum wage, working very hard to make ends meet. There's a stressful environment and customers can sometimes be quite evil. The cashier needs to know how to juggle many emotions and handle a very diverse population. So that's like I say, this is just about the job. And I'm not trying to put down customers, because I mean, I got some awesome
Nah,
customers.
we didn't get that.
I mean, I love some of my customers. This is just mostly about the ones who are rude and all. But,
Which are a vast majority.
yeah, he's a cashier.
Yeah.
So did y'all want to hear some more poetry, or
Sure, go ahead,
or
sure.
do you want to ask more questions, or?
Whatever you want to pass by us. Okay, flip to the pages and stop bragging.
Ah, that's for the other ones, all right. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. I do write about God in here. I don't know how y'all would feel about it, because I know some people take it personal, but trying to find it. I know it's in this book. Okay. Okay, I'll go with this one. I'm thankful. I thank God for carrying me through all the storms of my life. I thank Him for standing me back up and making me stronger with all my strife. I am blessed I have a great God who stands behind me all the time. Through all my pains and hardships, He is truly holy and divine. When I have fallen so hard and so low, He lifted me back on my feet again. I thank Him for loving me when I was weak. I'm thankful that God forgave me for all my sins. I know tomorrow is not promised to anyone, so I have to live my life today. I am thankful and count my simplest blessings, for God is with me in every way. He's there protecting me from the evil. As for the hypocrites who spread their lies, God will deal with more harshly with them, more than any other sinner that cries. God knows what is truth and what are lies, even if they put it on such a good act. They might have fooled everyone else, but they need to remember just one fact. God watches and listens to everything they do. God doesn't give out Academy Awards. They need to remember the truth. For what they've done, God won't disregard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still like, I just not used to doing this.
It's okay.
It's okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
Have you given talks before at other places? Or is this one of the first times you've
This is
given-
the first time I've actually got in front of people, and
With all those
done
books,
this?
you never,
I've had book signings, and people would come up and just sign the books, but I've never really done this. Talk about myself or read poetry to the people. And even though I'm a cashier, I am still shy because I'm just doing one-on-one with the customers each at a time, so it's not like, you know.
you find you like your material, you be shy.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to overcome it.
You can deflower it.
You want me to read
Didn't
those
sound
four?
exactly how I wanted to put it, but.
You
Yeah,
suggest
Jim
those?
said that.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Okay, she wants me to read these four from my cashier book. Okay. Okay. When I first started working as a cashier, I was eager and happy about getting myself ripped up by lifting up all the heavy items at the register. I so wanted to firm my muscles up, but I ripped my shoulder muscle instead. That was not the ripping that I wanted to do. The customer comes to me. She was asking me and wanting to know why I was open. I just finished checking out a man, and she saw him leaving after the transaction was finished. I looked at her. Is that a trick question? Maybe it's because I'm not closed. thought that, didn't directly tell her that. A customer asked me, are all the registers working? And I replied, yes, they are, but they don't get paid. One customer asked me, are the self-check registers running properly? I replied, no, they've been staying in the same place all day, they haven't moved an inch.
See, she's listening up.
Yeah, this is,
Are you expecting to write any more poetry books? Do you have anything written down that, are you gonna be publishing in the future that you know of?
well, right now I've only have like 2 poems that I have written since these. But the way I've been working and everything, I just
They
really
just come to you,
haven't
in
had
other words,
time.
yeah.
I just jot them down. But these, when I had more time, they were just coming out. I mean, it was just like a breaking dam just coming out.
Would you say all your influences goes through all the series of books, or each book is influenced by certain times?
Certain poems have been like with my husband, as you can tell, they were like how I miss him and how I loved him. We had a great love. And then when I lost him, the depression that came on me, a lot of it had something to do with that. And I had got with this guy after he died who abused me, and I wrote about that. And so a lot of my poem is influenced with what I've been through, but like what a lot of people have been through. A lot of people can relate with what I've got because a lot of people go through that kind of stuff. And I've even gotten with one guy who was a control freak. And I got away from him, and that's what that one poem was about. You got some that's with the domestic abuse, and then you got others where he was just using me. He didn't really want to be with me, and he was with everybody but me, and I wrote about stuff like that. It was therapeutic in the process because it really did help me to heal, and it also made me stronger. And I wrote about different issues in my last book about with people with jealousy and the texting and driving, abortion. I've covered issues with God and Jesus. I've covered issues with a whole bunch of different things. Bullying, stalking, and just things that people can relate with. And that's what this, in times like these, that's why I gave it that name. And Escaping the Darkness has got a lot about God in it and Jesus, but also about how you could go from your lowest and go and get strong and stand up tall and fight back. So, you know, don't let nobody walk all over you. There's a lot of poems in that one for that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give her a hand. Thank you.
Don't make me clap.
I have to say, you did really great for being your first time talking in front of a group. You did awesome.
Thank you.
Very well. This is my first reading going to, so. Listen to her. I don't know who's more nervous than me or her.
Read us some more. More poems.
Buying the book. That's where the sales pitch comes in at.
That's right.
She keeps on reading. How is she supposed to make money, man? For God's sake, she just said she was a cashier.
At Walmart.
Well, now when we go to Walmart, we'll be looking for you. Yeah.
What's that poet lady? I want to talk to her.
Yeah, I work at the Thibodeau store. No, not the Thibodeau
Homa.
store.
Yeah.
Keep
I'm
throwing them out.
thinking about
We're gonna find
transferring
it.
to Thibodeau. That's why I said Thibodeau. I'm thinking about it. I'm getting kind of tired of the home store. And I was thinking maybe if I hit the Thibodeau store, I could be closer and maybe I like better. Sometimes we need change. A see, I don't know, this one here is kind of like something like that, texting and driving. This is about abortion, okay? Okay, slaughter of the innocent. In long lines, they just wait, like going to the slaughter. One by one, they destroy fate, killing our future sons and daughters. Rivers of blood keep flowing, while murdering of the innocent. It continuously swells and keeps growing with the butchering of another infant. It is a great destruction of life, being killed by your own mother under the slaughterer's bloody knife, who deprives the life of another. We each have our own imprint that makes us special and unique. Like animals annihilated, they become insignificant because they are unable to speak.
We're not supposed to be thinking this hard, man. You told me I wouldn't have to think.
Okay, this one, I'm not even going to explain, you're going to know. He died for us. Every single drop of blood that he lost was shed solely for you and your soul. Jesus died for you, not only on the cross. By dying for you was his selfless goal. Every step that he took with that cross, and all the humiliation that he endured, the constant pain and anguish he came across, tortured and persecuted because of the impure. Every strike of the whip slashed upon his flesh, every mocking word that came his way, being tormented with such suffering and distress. That is why we should be grateful and pray. With each piercing nail struck viciously into him, he selflessly made the ultimate sacrifice to save our immortal souls and cleanse every sin. Jesus had to pay the ultimate price. Each nail painfully was hammered through him. He was hung up where he slowly bled to death. With nails holding him up in and through each limb, he asked God to forgive those in his last breath. Okay. I think it's in this one. Just to find it. Okay. Mirror image. I look into the mirror, and what do I see? A reflection of a stranger staring back at me. It is a mirror image I see, an illusion of who I am. This imposter gazing back at me is a person living a sham. I see the reflection of a pretender. I see a shell of a woman. As I observe, I truly ponder who I really am. This one here I just recently sent off to the POV magazine for the third issue. They wanted it, but they wanted it with a picture, so I put a picture of myself holding my hand into the mirror with that poem on it. But when I first sent off to POV, I thought it was the one in Homer. Come to find out it was in the United Kingdom.
You're going overseas.
Yes.
Pretty cool. Unilateral.
And
Is that the right word?
this-
Unilateral, I guess they call it?
I guess so.
See, this is some of my accomplishments that I have done in the past